currently I'm having a renewed passion, or I don't know what you want to call it, a drive to just be involved in our culture, specifically the internet culture, because I see, and I don't scroll much because it bores me, but when I do, I am aghast. Maybe I'm naive, I don't know, but it shocks me how much false doctrine and misleading teaching there is on the internet. And also, not only is it's like prolific, but they have many, many views and followers. So it's not like some wild wingnut is posting some weird stuff and nobody's looking at it. Like, this is popular. And so we have an opportunity, Christians. Oh, I gotta use a different word. I don't know what to call it. People who love Jesus. People who love Jesus such that what he wants for us, his heart for us, his word, Bible is so, so, so important. It's crucial. It is elemental. We cannot do without it. But what Jesus wants for us, the need to know him, to hear from him, to follow him, to obey him. For those of us who feel that way, because I still can't figure out what word fits that, because I'm tired of using the word Christian, because that's one of the things I've noticed. It's just this cute little word that people use to identify as what? I don't know, but as the way that they're using it, it's a gross, obscene thing. So they're calling themselves Christians, but it's like, while they're bragging about their sexcapades, or I don't know, it's gnarly. So I don't like to use that word because it has been totally stolen, redefined, manipulated, but I think we take it for granted. So here's the opportunity we have. This is what's beautiful about this. If you are someone who knows the Lord, or even if you're not, because here's the opportunity. What a beautiful time to begin to know him. And if you do know him, what a beautiful time to draw closer to him. Today's language has been so brutalized. And what I mean by that is words and phrases, and you can see this in politics, like it's so obvious. Words and phrases and things that click a button in our head where we don't think about it, but we assume we know what that means. They have been stolen. They have been stolen. They have been counterfeited with a new definition, so that when we hear it, we register something inside because we have a definition of what that means. But what is meant when said is something radically different. But we don't think. Because you hear somebody say, oh, I'm a Christian. You're like, yes, he loves Jesus. That's, for me, I'm just giving an example. It's a good example of a single little word. When somebody says it, you get happy and excited for them and try to have fellowship with them. But as it turns out, culturally, that's not what it means at all. I don't know what it means. I'm trying to figure it out. But we have an opportunity. This is awesome. When people use words, examine those words. Just as if in a really good Bible study, when you're reading through a passage and a verse jumps out at you, or two, and you start studying that, what does it say? What are the words that are used? Do I understand that? Like, he's saying this word, but is what he's saying what I'm receiving? And then you do a word study on it, and a lot of the times, like, I've learned, like, there's so much more when you do the word study that you have a deeper, richer understanding and more tools to apply to your life when you understand in context and in the original language what the author meant. So it's no different as people are talking to you. Listen to the words and phrases that they use, and do not assume that we interpret those or translate those the same. Because it is not the same. And there is massive deception, massive, let's face it, this is the battle between good and evil. You can say right and wrong if you want, but it's good and evil. So people are using the terms that we interpret as good things as evil, and we're just drinking it in, just taking it in. Because, oh, well, he said he's a Christian, it's all good. What do you mean by that? When you say I'm a Christian, what does that mean to you? Because I have a definition of what that means. But I am not, in today's world, do not assume anything when somebody uses words and phrases. Always find out the deeper meaning or question it. And so this can be fun. I think it's fun. I get a little worked up, a little rowdy, because it irritates me when people are deceptive and they hurt people. But at the same time, it's fun because it gives you an opportunity to cement your own belief system. It gives you an opportunity to walk closer with the Lord, to get to know Him deeper and have Him become a more integral part of your life and your perspective. And it will also allow you to weed people out. We do not have to be tolerant and accepting of everyone just because. Absolutely not. And so understanding, listening to the words people say, the phrases they use, and understanding their definitions of those things are going to help us in our life, especially today, because there is so much putrescent deception, flat out lies. It is, I'm just overwhelmed by it. And people drink it up. That's what's sad. And so let us take responsibility for our own selves and our mind and our thinking and our relationship with the Lord. And find out what these people mean by this and call them out. Let's stand for truth. What is truth? God's word is true. God's definition. That's what's true. So we have a beautiful opportunity to stand for truth, literally in the sentences people use. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So take heart, Christian. Don't just blindly accept what people say. Break it down. Think about it. Ask them to define it.